Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's live show. We've got a great show for you. We're going to be speaking about psychic development, how to enhance your intuition. And by the way, we have a great psychic development tool that I'm going to give you free at the end of this video for all of those who are in attendance. Okay, so it can only be gotten from people watching us. And we're going to be doing a a rune reading. So psychic rune reading for everyone who's here. And as we get going, and what are runes? It's a divination tool. So that's going to be fun. So think up your questions or whatever it is you want to know, whether it's about your future or whatever. We are going to, actually, I'm going to be doing some announcements here in a minute. And that's what we have for you. And gosh, I have the comments coming in already. So if you, Luke is saying hello. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them throughout the show on the chat box on the right. And let's get going. What are the announcements I have for you? Well, the first one is if you go to our What's New page, on our What's New page, we have information about, what is it? It's the last day. Okay, last day for a special we've been running, a 3-day special on 2 of our newest yellow books that we did. And I won't even tell you the titles. You got to go over there to see them. And as a result of today's webinar, you're going to want to see our psychic development course. And we're putting that on an in-house special because of this is our Metaphysics month. So in-house special new page. And if you want to find the What's New page, in the description right below this video, I have a link to the psychic development and to the What's New page, and everything can be accessed from there. So that's the beauty of the What's New page. And we still have one of my favorite books, one of our biggest books that we've written, and we're giving away free on the What's New page as well. So you can go there to see that. And sometime, we haven't put the advertisement up yet, or the, I guess you could say the sign up form, but this week we are going to be having we're going to be putting up our information for our Day of the Dead celebration. Just so you know, the Day of the Dead, Mexico celebrates it. The Day of the Dead is they celebrate it on the 1st and the 2nd. So on the 2nd, and I guess you could say because of the Metaphysics month, but see, it's actually on the 2nd of next month. But on the 2nd at 8 p.m., we will be having a live Day of the Dead crossing over celebration. So it's going to be a live session where you can cross over in a group to celebrate and meet with past loved ones, relatives, friends. And that's going to be right here on Zoom. And seating is limited for that. So we will put the information up, like I said, on the What's New page sometime this week. And if you absolutely want to sign up because you know that you need to have, you want the seating, send us an email and let us know. So that way we'll be sure to send you information before we actually put it out live. So that's pretty much everything I have to announce, I think. Let me see. I'm looking at my list here. Okay. So hang around. We got a gift for you at the end, and to help you build your intuition. That's really cool. And you can only get that if you're live here. Let's see. Last day. I think that's all about it. So let's talk about psychic development. Actually, I want to go back to where was I? I have this on, that on, everything's on. Psychic development. What is psychic development? It's ways of building your intuition. Matter of fact, like I said, we have a whole course on it. But one of the ways of building your intuition is using runes, which we're going to talk about. Now, psychic development, when I talk about that, building your intuition, what is it? Well, let's go back to I guess you could say, the initial, what I always like to talk about where it comes to who we are. Okay, so let's think about that. Who are you? You're a blended being of physical and spiritual properties, I guess you could say. You're a blending of your conscious, your physical being, and your blending of the subconscious or your spiritual being. The conscious is what we like to call the third dimension, and the spiritualness is the fourth dimension. So you're a blending of both. And it's important to know that when you come into this world, you're pure subconscious because you haven't developed your conscious. So you're more on the other side than here. And that's why children are so in tune with their spiritual side. That's why they use their imagination, which is the sixth sense, by the way. They use their imagination and they imagine things from the other side. An infant can keep content seeing the other side until they start to develop their conscious mind. And the more you develop your conscious mind, the more you're taking on the conscious traits and leaving behind the subconscious. And then when you get to be our age and my age, excuse me, you start to get interested in the spiritual side of you. So now we're trying to regain what we left behind. So how do you do that? How do you become sensitive? Well, through hypnosis is a great way, through meditation, through even reciting affirmations, through contemplation, through prayer. There's a lot of different ways. And like I said, the course gets into all that. So that's not so much what I want to talk about right now. But another way is to be able to communicate. The more you communicate with the other side, the easier it gets. Of course, in the subconscious or in the universal consciousness, there is, number one, there is no such thing as, I guess you could say, time. Everything is in the now. So there's no past, there's no future. Everything is in the now. So if you want to know your future, it's happened. And that's why it's so neat to be able to use these divination tools. Last week we spoke about, oh, geez, I even have one right here. Last week we spoke about the pendulum as a divination tool. And there's other ones such as the runes, which we're going to do in just a moment. There's the tarot. There's the I Ching, which is one of my favorites, second to the runes. I Ching is kind of like the tarot. It's Oriental based, but it's a lot more positive in my mind. Okay. There's dominoes, there's dice, there's so many different ways. Again, we show a lot of the other ones in the course to show you how to do them so you can get familiar with them as well. But today we're going to do runes. Okay, now what are runes? Runes it's a Viking type of divination. So if you've ever heard about the different Viking gods, one of them basically created the whole rune concept. And what do they look like? Well, I'm going to show you the ones that we're going to use. I have different kinds. Okay, these are kind of a sandstone one that you can get. So there's almost of these, I believe, 25 different symbols. Okay, so I guess Viking or Nordic symbols. And the ones I have here, okay, they're in kind of, I've had them for a long time, so it's kind of a ratty bag, but they came this way here. Now, this is not an endorsement. I bought this, okay, so if you buy one, I get no commission, but I think you can get it on Amazon. So this is the Book of Runes. Let me move my microphone so I don't keep on hitting everything. Okay, the Book of Runes, they made it to look just like a book, which is kind of cool. When you open it up, that is the actual book I'm going to be using on the inside. And on the back, you can see right through the thing and see the runes. So these are the runes that I'm going to be using. And of course, there's my Book of Runes. And it's actually all falling apart. I open it up and sheets fall out of it because I've been using it for so long. Now you can get all different kinds of runes. You can even make your own, but there's engraved ones. There's all kinds of. Here's some that Raluca bought for me a while back. Just nice little bag. Now, the reason she got me these is one of my favorite stones is rosy quartz, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So these are rosy quartz and gold inlaid. You see gold inlaid stones, markings. Well, there's a whole mess of different ones. As you can see, there's an arrow. I'm having a hard time showing them. There we go. So like I said, there's a lot of them here. And the whole idea is you take the stones, you put them in a bag, okay, and you mix them up and you put your hand in the bag and you swish your hand around. And the idea is, again, you want to do this in a solemn mood. So it'd be good to meditate or to relax or to even do a little self-hypnosis. Take some deep breaths, close your eyes, think about what it is you want to know. Okay, you don't have to say it. Just think about it, focus on it a little bit, And with that intent, move your hand around in the bag and pull one out. And then all you do is once you pull one out, let me just take one, and you look at the symbol, whatever it is, then you would take the book out, and on the front cover of the book, see how easy that is all the different symbols. And you would just look up, which one's mine? And you could read the reading. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Before we do, though, I want you to think, what is it you'd like to know? And, oh, Jessa's here. Hi, Jessa. Thanks for liking us. And so anyways, go ahead and think about what it is you want to know. Is this something about your future? Having to do with moving, with your career, with your health, with your relationship. Now, the neat thing about runes, I've actually been doing these for probably close to 30 years now. I actually even used to do them online. For people online, I had people from all over the world coming over. It would be kind of like a late night hobby, and they'd say, what about this? What about that? But the beautiful thing, I've had 5 people or even more, a lot of people, you could do this with groups thinking about what they want. And if they're all focusing, I reach in and I choose a stone. And even though it's one stone, it seems to work with most people. Something from that stone that you pick will resonate with everyone. And people say, well, they're all like that. No, because I've just picked a stone before, without feeling, just kind of at random, and it had nothing to do with me or other people as well. So it's just funny the way it works. So as I do this, I'm going to be thinking about you folks, okay, not myself. I'm going to be thinking about you folks as I'm picking it, okay, and focusing on that. So I notice we got a few people here. And for those of you that are watching, go ahead and say hello, where you're from. This way I can help to focus on you. I can think about you a little bit as we're doing it. So if you happen to be listening to me right now, type something in the comment on the right. Say, hi, Rainey, I'm so-and-so from Alabama, Indiana, Yugoslavia, wherever you are. So I know who you are, and we can focus on that. All right. Are you ready? So if you want to take part in this session right now, for those now and even people later on coming on watching the video, the same thing. What I want you to do is just to relax, close your eyes for a second, take a deep breath. This is helping me to relax too. To bring yourself from the busy beta down into the alpha at least. And just closing your eyes blocks out 80% of beta, bringing you 80% into alpha, which is the beginning of the hypnotic state. So close your eyes and take a deep breath and think about or focus on what is it you'd like to know? What's important to you? What's in the front, I guess, of your thought of things that are going on? Think about what you'd like to know about. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and choose one of the stones. So basically what I'm get my hand in here. And what you do is you move your hand around until one of them just feels. I have one of them between my fingers and it won't let go. One of them feels like it should be taken out. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to get, I don't care if it takes you 5 minutes, you're going to be swishing your hand around and one of them is going to feel like it should be there. Now, when you take it out, I'm holding it right now in my hand. When you take it out, however you put it down on the table in front of you, okay, you're going to put it like an up and down position. However you put it down is the way you're going to read it, because it can be upside down. All right. If it's upside down, the reading is going to be different. And the book, when you go to the stone, will show you the, what the reading is, and it'll also show you the reversed meaning. Okay. So I'm taking this one out and I'm putting it down, and I actually put it down like this. I think this is one of those that doesn't really matter, but this is the stone that I chose, and I'm putting it down right in front of me. And now I go to the book and I look in the book to see which one it is. And it is, it's called Wholeness. And it's number 24. See it right over here? That's the one we chose. So it says number 24. Now, the way the easy part about the book is you look at the bottom, it says page 139. Now, like I said, I got mine on Amazon. You probably could even get all kinds of information on runes for free if you just do a Google search. Okay, so you could, if you want, you can make your own. You can actually get if you know someone that's a carpenter, go get a branch of wood about this big, cut it in slices, kind of at an angle, really thin, and you can use a magic marker and make the symbols. Go online, get the symbols, and you can do it that way. And so you don't have to purchase anything if you don't want to. All right, so it's called wholeness, also known as life force or the sun's energy. So this is for you folks. So let me go ahead and read it to you. And I'm going to check, but I don't think there is a reverse for this. Nope, there isn't. All right, it's called Sowilu. Sowilu is the name of the stone. Okay, it stands for wholeness, that which our nature requires. It embodies the impulse towards self-realization and indicates the path that you must follow, not from ulterior motives, but from the core of your individuality. Seeking after wholeness is the spiritual warrior's quest. And yet, what you are striving to become, in actuality, is what by nature you already are. Become conscious of your essence and bring it into form. Express it in a creative way. A rune of great power, making life force available to you. Sowilu marks a time of regeneration down to the cellular level. Although this rune has no reversed position, there is reason for caution. You may see fit to withdraw or even retreat in the face of a pressing situation, especially if events or people are demanding that you expend your energy now. Know that such a retreat is a retreat in strength, a voyage inward for centering and for balance. Timely retreat is among the skills of the spiritual warrior. Sowilu counsels opening yourself up, letting the light into the part of your life that has been secret, shut away. To accomplish this may call for a profound recognition, for admitting to yourself something that you have long denied. There's a prayer known as the Gayatri that embodies the spirit of the rune of wholeness. Address the sun in this fashion. Okay, now here's the prayer they're talking about. You are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the world. Illuminate also my heart so that it too can do your work. While reciting the Gayatri, visualize the sun's rays streaming forth into the world, entering your heart, then streaming out of your heart center and back into the world. This is a powerful and life-enhancing prayer. There's a caution here not to give yourself airs. Even in the time of bountiful energy, you are required to face and vanquish your refusal to let right action flow through you. Nourish this capacity, for it is a mark of true humility. Practice the art of doing without doing. Aim yourself truly, and then maintain your aim without manipulative effort. Meditate on Christ's words, I can of my own self do nothing. For by our own power we do nothing, even in loving. It is love that loves through us. This way of thinking and being integrates new energies and permits us to flow into wholeness, which is the ultimate goal of the spiritual warrior. Wow, I get chills kind of reading these things. It's one of the things, or my favorite thing about the runes is that they all seem to be positive. They're helpful, they're positive, they make you feel good. It's like you seem to gravitate. So there's so many different divination tools, which you'll see in the course. If you look even in the description on the sales page, it shows all the different things that you can do. You tend to find one that you gravitate towards, that you feel good about, but there tends to be others that you might not. Maybe you don't like the oracle, maybe you don't like the tarot or the I Ching, but the runes is one that I've always felt very comfortable with. I've done hundreds of readings and I've never been off with them. I've never had any regret from the readings I've given or the readings I've done for myself. Now, one thing I didn't mention about the runes, I just picked one stone when I did it, okay? And the reason I did that is because I feel comfortable with it, and the stone I pick happens to be the reading that I want. When you're doing a reading for someone else, normally you would pick 3 stones. And here's what you do. One of them represents their past. It'll talk about their past. One of them is now, and the other one is the future. Why? Because somebody doesn't know you. They don't know if you can do this. They don't know if you're in a spiritual mood. They don't know if it's a sales pitch or if you're really concerned. You really want to, help them. So by doing the past, you do the reading and they can relate to it. They go, wow, this thing's accurate. How would they know this? It's almost like a psychic telling you about your past. And it's the same thing. This is a psychic reading, but it's like more of a conditioned one because you're going right from the book and the stone. So it's not, I guess you could say, freelance. Then you do the present stone, which tells them what's going on in their life. It's like, how do you know I'm having a hard time with, the school board or with money or with family or whatever it is? They're so shocked that now they're believing that there's something to this. And so then when you do the future reading, they take it more seriously. So that's how you would do it with someone you don't know. You would do it with 3. Myself, I've been doing it so long, I just do it with 1 because I know I'm going to have the right reading. Kind of like when you do tarot, some people will do a whole reading, the whole the whole spread, or some people will just take 1 card out, and this is my card for today. I do that with the I Ching because I like the I Ching. I like the Eastern philosophies, and so I'll take 1 card out and read it and put it on the dresser or on my computer table and just reflect on it throughout the day, kind of like an affirmation. Sometimes they even have affirmations on the cards depending on which deck you get. So that's the runes. I hope that helps some of you, and please let me know in the comments, either here live or later on for those of you who have listened to this for yourself. Let me know how it resonated with you. Number 1, it makes me happy to hear. But number 2, maybe it will help other people experiencing similar situations to you, having, similar challenges. So write down something. If nothing else, then, just say, hey, I liked it. But write down, if it did help you in some way or give you any insight or ideas, write it down in the comments just so other people can see as well. Okay. That brings us to what I had for you that is free, okay? And I have a free brand new script that no one's seen before, and it's for increasing your intuition. It's called the Third Eye Activation. Now, the purpose of this script is to increase your intuition, number 1, and this is a script that you would use with a group, okay? So if you wanted to hypnotize a group of friends or family or even a business type thing, you would do it with a group because what it does is it increases your energy and everyone listening to it. So your intuition, your energy, and it increases it so it goes out further and further. And with a group, even online on Zoom, it interacts with the spirit and the energy of others. It overlaps. And as you know, with the brain waves, that's exactly what happens. In beta right now, you and me, you're listening, when you're learning in the conscious state, nothing overlaps. It's like we have these binders on, but when you go and you relax into alpha, like you did earlier, your energy, your consciousness begins to overlap with others. Then you go into theta, it overlaps even more and more to beginning to be universal. And then delta, you're in the universal consciousness. So the more you relax, the more you're opening up to the other side. I like to tell people it's kind of like, let's say this is your conscious mind and this is your subconscious. If you go like this, as your conscious mind opens, the subconscious close. As your conscious mind starts to close, the conscious kind of opens. I don't know if you can see that kind of. So it's like when one's wide open, the other one's pretty much closed, and it goes the other way around. So the more you relax, and that's how you do it, the more you relax, the more you can still your mind, the more you come to the present, the more you are in the subconscious. So this is a great script, and it overlaps. And also, there's a part in there where you can receive messages from your higher self. So what you would do is, of course, you could use it with some other people, or you could record it and just play it back to yourself. And you're going to open your eyes after, say, wow, it's a great way to receive enlightenment. And you're wondering, where do you get it? Okay, well, that link below the video going in the description goes to the What's New page. It's on the What's New page right now. I'm going to leave it there for about, let's see, it's now 10:30. I'm going to leave it there till about 11:30. So you got about a half an hour, almost an hour to go get it. And you're going to see when you get over there, it's going to be a link. It's going to say, click here for the third eye activation script. You're going to click on it, and it's going to open in a PDF, and you can take that and put it on your desktop or save it wherever you want. And even if you can't, just copy the link and paste it somewhere, and then put it in your browser, and you can come right to the book, because the script will still be there. Okay, but you need the link. So that's all you got to do. And that's for the people, I'm sorry, that are live in this video. So I know a lot of you people are going to come on and say, oh, I want that script. Well, guess what? We like to do things for people that are live. So be sure to be here next week live. Okay, we always come on Friday, and we usually come on Friday at 10. So if you'll see an announcement. And if you want to make sure you get the announcement, make sure you subscribe to this video and click on that bell. Clicking on that bell will let you know when we have something coming up. You'll get a notice in your email or in your whatever system you have, letting you know that we get something else coming up, because we like to do special things, either a special sale or a special gift for people who attend live, to show you our appreciation. So if you didn't get it this time, you're going to get something next time. Okay, Raluca is saying, what is this, Raluca? What are you striving to become? You already are. What you are striving to become, you already are. I love that. Thank you, Raluca. There we go. So with that, I think I've pretty much brought up everything I have. So go to the What's New page. And remember, if you're interested in psychic development, we have a wonderful psychic development course over there. It will change your life. I guarantee it. Who was that guy that said that? With the, from New Orleans. I guarantee it. He was a cook or something. But anyways, it's at the What's New page, and we get a bunch of other things there. We get the 25% sale going on that. We still have our books that are last day sale today. And we have a free book, especially if you're in any kind of holistic field or hypnosis. It's a free book that will really help you, okay? And I don't know how long we're going to have it there, but it's there. And with that, I'm trying to get back on the other. Oops, here we go. With that, I'd like to thank you all for visiting. I appreciate having you in the community, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.